girls. We're really glad to be with you today. We have a very special guest to talk with us, and I think you're really going to enjoy hearing from her. If you're interested in being a business leader, or running your own company, or working with celebrities, you'll be interested in what she has to say. Our guest is a CEO and entrepreneur and has her own beauty and wellness business. Before we meet our special guest, I want to introduce our glam girl, Gia Kohar. She is an 11-year-old sixth grader, an avid sports lover. She is a black belt in Taekwondo. In fact, she is a state champion and silver medalist in the USA Nationals. She is the vice president of a global nonprofit organization. Gia loves animals and wants to spread awareness on animal cruelty. Her motto, be the change you want to see. Okay, take it away, Gia.
Thanks, Margaret. I am so excited to be able to interview our guest today. Her name is Tracy Holland. After working at many important companies, she decided to strike out on her own and co-founded Hatch Beauty Brand Incubator in 2009. Hatch Beauty helps develop beauty brands around the world. So you can imagine how busy Tracy is. Wow. I know you're eager to hear from Tracy, so let's get started. Tracy, you have clearly had a very successful career, and you probably didn't do it all alone. Was there a person in your life who influenced you in these career choices?
Thank you for having me. Hi, Gia. Well, I think there have been a couple pivotal moments of people in my life who have helped me along the way. So when I was your age, I had a teacher at the Boys and Girls Club. She was an instructor and a teacher, and I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club after school. So when I was 9, 10, 11, and she really believed in me and spent a lot of time mentoring me and helping me because I had a really tough childhood and I didn't feel really safe at home, and being home was a sad place for me to be. So she helped me see myself for who I was and what I was capable of. And then in starting my own business, Christy Hefner, who's the chairman of the board of Hatch Beauty, was someone I met my second year of building my company. And she has been the longest serving female CEO of a publicly traded company in the history of the United States, and is a remarkable thinker and leader and human being. And she agreed to take me on and mentor me as a business person probably about 7 years or 8 years ago. So I would say she's another person who's really made an impact on me as a business person, as a thinker, and as a kind of 360 female leader. So yeah.
That's really interesting, Tracy. Now, sometimes we feel as though we are the only ones going through a challenging experience. Maybe it's at home or at school. What would you like to say to a young girl who feels alone?
If I were to advise a young girl, I would do something different than what I did, which was I would ask for help, and I would confide in my teachers, and I would tell them what was happening, and not feel like I had to carry that secret, but that I could share it and that I could be supported. It's too much to try to carry that responsibility on your own, and that it's really important to ask for help and to be willing to share confidentially with someone that you can confide in and trust, and ask for support. So that would be my advice.
That's great advice, Tracy. Thanks for sharing those thoughts. Next, I wanted to ask you, what motivated you to do well in school and ultimately succeed as a business owner?
I think when I was your age, I used to dream about making money so that I could feel safe. So for me, making money was about providing a lifestyle for myself to be able to create my own safety. And knowing that I didn't have to ask for money from my parents, and that I could provide for myself, and that would allow me to create my own life and my own sense of safety. So I think that motivation although I think that's probably when someone feels unsafe, creating safety is the first thing that you think about doing. So I used to dream about having a house with a fireplace and a cat and a dog, and that I would play music and I could dance and I could feel freedom. And so I always felt like whatever I do, I want to make sure I never am stuck in a situation where I have to live at home and rely on someone else. And so I really was motivated to make money. So I think as you go in your life, you have to allow yourself some time to figure out what you like and then what you're good at, and then what motivates you to be successful.
That all sounds great. Something young girls have trouble with sometimes is focusing at school. Sometimes, when we don't always get along at home, it can affect our schoolwork. How were you able to do great in school and not be distracted? In other words, how did you focus?
Yeah, I agree. I lived that life. So I know how hard it is to focus in school when you're afraid or you're not feeling safe or you're sad or your parents are fighting and it's hard to focus because you are hearing fighting and yelling. And um, I would say that this is just a small moment in time in your life where there will be a point in which you grow older and you'll be able to create another life for yourself. And I spent a lot of time imagining what that would be like. I used to spend a lot of time, on my bicycle out in the neighborhood. I would find places to be by myself. I used to go to friends' houses a lot. And so I think in terms of getting your schoolwork done, making it a priority is important because reality is getting through school, at least in your early 20s, is what allows you to get a job, to earn money, to leave the circumstances you're in and move into something better for yourself.